Alright, another everything I watched this month. We're actually halfway done with the year, which is just crazy. So yep, I started the month with DC Legion of Superheroes. I remember when this first got announced, I was pretty excited for it, but after some time I really did not care too much about it and honestly didn't really want to watch it. But after watching the Flashpoint animated film, The Flash, and I saw the trailer for the new Tomorrowverse movie, this was just the best time I could watch this film so I could forget about it. And in the start, I actually loved it. Seeing Batman and Superman and even Supergirl all interacting in the beginning was just so good. And even Supergirl, who this whole thing is based upon, all good in the start. Her getting to grips with the whole superhero thing and just like, fighting Professor Grundy. It was just good. I just had a feeling that this was not going to be one of my favorites. I don't know, the trailers or something. The whole super society in the future thing threw me off and really made me not as excited for James Gunn's new movie, the Superman Legacy movie, that he's planning to do something like that. But no, that was not even because of the film, it was just the idea of it. But I finally watched the film and all of those things were actually the worst part of the movie. The characters, the background characters, even the major characters, they just felt stale and really dull. And the best thing I can compare this film with is Justice League versus Teen Titans because it's the same premise. Damian Wayne is having problem doing this whole superhero thing, so Batman sends him to a super society. It's the exact same thing. Maybe it's just the idea of me being more familiar with the Teen Titans rather than these random bunch. But still, I feel like they still fleshed out the Teen Titans more. You see, like we have that scene in the carnival and stuff. But the Teen Titans just felt more alive and it feels like each character just had a more personality. And that film also had the whole Justice League aspect with it and it could still manage to pull all of that within a short runtime compared to this, which doesn't really, yeah, it has that bit with Batman, but they just threw that bit under the bus anyways. So it really didn't have any other supporting storyline. Like, it shouldn't be as stale as it is. But see, I don't compare it too much. It's just not a good film. Moving on. Then The Flash, which I had an entire video planned for, but I was going through some stuff so I can't today. People say it's bad and all of that. I agree with them. The VFX is extremely questionable, but I had a good time in the movie. I don't know what Tom Cruise was on saying that this film was amazing and the best thing ever, making me really question Dead Reckoning, but this film is not to nobody's surprise, it's not the best comic book movie after The Dark Knight. It's just not. Most of my knowledge from the Flashpoint storyline comes from that 2013 film, but this Flash film was supposed to be a Flashpoint movie, It's not a good one. I don't know, it just felt very small scale. I appreciate them bringing back Michael Shannon and everything, but that entire sequence just felt like everything happened in a closet. It was so small. I don't know, it just felt tight. Everything just felt, that was back down to the bad VFX, to be honest. But like, also just incorporate more characters. The entire lineup for this film was just two Ezra Millers, which we do not need that. A Batman, which I really appreciate. He was one of the best parts of the film, in my opinion. And also the Supergirl too was super cool, but she was barely in the film anyways. I don't know, they could have just brought in maybe more smaller characters like Grifter. I don't know, just like what Black Adam did. I know it's not a good movie to compare it with, but that movie had Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, and that was the best part of the movie anyway. So, was this movie amazing? No. Was it fun? Maybe I'll give it that. Then I followed that up with watching The Big Short, and I'm going to keep this short. This could be my dad's favorite film, but it's not my favorite film. Nothing against it. The performances were amazing. I'll absolutely put my hands up and give it that. Steve Carell, being my own personal standout, he was amazing in this film. I feel it told such a complicated story to an average Joe like me. Not the greatest way, but alright. I like the scenes with the celebrity guests. I remember the one with Selena Gomez trying to explain the most complicated concept I have ever heard, but my brain still hurts me throughout this film. Just a shame I didn't get enough Christian Bale. Felt I was clickbaited by his role versus what I expected. 6 months ago, I made a video of my favorite films of 2022. I put Emergency on, as you know, a dark horse pick to be different. Yeah, on a rewatch, I think I rated that film too highly. Probably because I knew everything going to happen. It just didn't hit the same this on my rewatch, but that's no excuse. I watched this film like a year ago. Just made me realize that everyone in this film is an idiot and everything could have been avoided from the start, like obviously. just a film about people making dumb decisions. Like I remember there was this point that this babe was literally screaming at the cops from this incriminating position. Like, what do you think will happen? It's just actually a meh streaming film. Then I watched Dial of Destiny. I have a separate review on that. Just finished uploading it and everything right now. I spent time talking about it there, so just go watch that if you want to know my thoughts for it. It's alright. I liked it, and it's an enjoyable film, especially for the first 1 hour. That's my opinion. I finally watched Mission Impossible 1 to 3 again. I haven't watched them since like 2020, and I'll have a separate video for them. And to no surprise, Mission Impossible 2 is just awful. But I will talk more about all of that in that video, and that video should come out as soon as possible. And also for the video, I also watched the pilots for Mission Impossible, the one that came out in '88. I just assumed that this thing would be absolutely horrible, but it kept me entertained, and though it was, as I said, it will also be included in that video. But by the way, Phil Morris is in this, and where is my final episodes of Doom Patrol? Come on. Since I'm on the topic of TV shows, I might as well just mention I watched like 4 seasons of The Sopranos. I'm currently on season 6. Really went to town with it. I don't know how to really talk about it in like a really short time, but it's just been my comfort show that's also gotten me through such a difficult point in my life right now, and I really love it. A huge fan of it. Real huge fan of this show so far. But I'll just say that Adriana is an absolute fool. She's an idiot. It took me like 3 days to watch that one episode just because of how stupid she was. But yeah, The Sopranos, love it. It's top tier, A-star, really good TV show. Yep, still on HBO. I finally finished season 3 of Harley Quinn, and it wasn't bad, but compared to the last 2 seasons, it just didn't hit the same. I know the first 2 seasons were always about Harley Quinn trying to climb up this crime ladder, and I don't know, maybe that's what made it fun, that's what made it enjoyable. But now it's not even like she was at the top. She wasn't even at the top. I won't even say that. It's just the fact that it was more focused on Harley and Ivy's relationship. Like, I don't feel Ivy's character is interesting enough to lead this story, but I feel like for most of it, she was the main character in it, you know? And I feel like that just didn't make it as interesting as it was. That's just my own opinion at the end of the day. I didn't like it compared to I feel like it's the weakest season out of the 3. But I'm happy for Kite Man. The guy bagged, and the bit with Bruce Wayne was just salt on my wound. Hated it. But I'll just bat my eye on it, no pun intended, but it was fun, but not as good as the previous 2. Then watched a bit of Rome, the TV show, because why not? Still early days, but surprising how a TV show at this time was made like something like this. Like the production wise, sets and everything, just really impressive. Something little I have to say about it, because I just ended season 4. Veronius's wife cheated on him with his sister's lover, and the dude comes back acting like a baby about it. I get you probably enjoyed your entanglement and everything, but bro, let it go. Her husband is alive and you're still with her sister anyway, so you can still see your son easy. Bro's just acting like a woman. Come on. And I watched half the pilots of Succession. Yes, I know I should have finished at least that first episode, but I was in my office businessman moment after watching The Big Short, and I wanted to see what this whole Succession hype was about. And that dude is in it too anyways. And I have to admit it, that first half an hour got me hooked, but I had to pull out because I'm watching a ton of stuff right now already. But it seems good, and it seems like something I'll obviously want to watch later on. Yeah, and another TV show I pulled out halfway in, but for a totally different reason, was The Idol. Yeah, this weekend show that everyone's talking about for how bad it is. See, I don't know, maybe it's good, maybe it's secretly the best thing to come out on TV. I don't care. Halfway in, this thing made me so uncomfortable. I just dipped. And finally, I'm on Secret Invasions. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually so hyped for this thing when it got announced, because it was gonna be like this espionage TV show, like the Winter Soldier, but like TV show format. So far, I'm actually loving it. It's really, really nice. It's not amazing, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. I love it so far, but we'll see. But yeah, I think that just wraps it with everything I've watched this month. Actually quite a lot compared to the other months that I watch like best stuff. July will be crazy packed. That video will take me so long to edit and make it as short as I possibly can. Thank you for watching this video, and I should have the Mission Impossible video out hopefully next. Hopefully I should have that video out. Nothing goes wrong. But thank you again for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.